then why was this close? Why was this close? Because if I were to tell you, Skylar Thompson had 18 of 45, 220, one touchdown, two picks, could not do anything on the ground, rushed for 30 something yards, I would have said, oh, yeah, they probably scored what? 15 points, 16 points?
Yeah.
Nope, they scored 31. Why did they score 31 points? I'll tell you why. Josh Allen had 2 interceptions, a strip sack for a touchdown, which that alone, he counted for 17 points for the Dolphins. He scored more points for the Dolphins than Skylar Thompson did.
Yeah.
So it's like the Bills, if they face the Bengals next week, there is a 0% chance that if they play like they did this past week, that they're going to make it to the AFC title game.
Yeah.
Because the Bengals, they have guys on the other side. They don't have Skylar Thompson on the other side. They have Joe Burrow, who's better than you.
Yeah.
So
number 2 quarterback this year.
Yeah. So it's like, you need to clean it up now. Which honestly, since week 6, you've played pretty shaky. If you want to make it to the AFC title game, you better straighten things out now, because that was a horrible game for them. This was a game that we mentioned. We talked about, what would happen if this team won? What would happen if this team won? Well, the Dolphins impressed me enough where I'm like, damn, you won the game.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. Mike McDaniels, I don't care if it takes you some box mods to win this game. You won. I think they won this game. The fact that it came down to a field goal, the fact that the number 1 rusher had 23 yards, the fact that Skylar Thompson completed 37% of his passes, and it came down to a field goal.
Yeah.
Bravo to Mike McDaniels. And as far as the Bills are concerned, Sean McDermott, what the fuck, man? Sean McDermott gave up 31 points. Josh Allen, terrible game. What happened to the Josh Allen last year in the playoffs where he was amazing? But Josh Allen, this is inexcusable. This is a terrible game. I don't feel good about the Bills after this game. If anything, I'm like, going to the next game when we preview the Super Divisional round.
Yeah.
It's like, I know where I'm going. I don't have any faith in the Bills after this game. It's terrible.
Yeah. So let's start at the beginning of this year, because at the beginning of this year, I was like, people thought I was insane for saying, even mentioning this, I'm like, well, Josh Allen was awful his rookie year, and he was bad his second year. And then his third year, he was a top 10 quarterback in the NFL and showed us why he was taking all of his talent kind of coming to fruition. And I'm like, don't be surprised if Josh Allen takes a step back without Brian Daboll this year, because Brian Daboll is going to leave. We're going to see how good of a coach he is. And then the way he's helped improve Daniel Jones and limit his turnovers. And then in December, they kind of let Daniel Jones do his own thing. And now he's making his own plays and has the confidence to do that. It's the same exact process that happened with Josh Allen, because Josh Allen, wildly inaccurate, but had a cannon of an arm. In college, same thing. Inaccurate, had a cannon of an arm. And then I'm like, honestly, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady for Josh Allen, like, no. Brett Favre or Ben Roethlisberger. I compared him like he's Ben Roethlisberger with the athleticism of Cam Newton. And that's no shot, because those are two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and those are Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks. And then I was just like, this game solidifies every single worry I had with the Bills. It's like, people are like, yeah, they still won. It's like, you're up 17-0 to a Miami team that had no business being in the playoffs with the 3rd string quarterback. Should not have been there. Barely beat the Jets by the skin of their teeth with Joe freaking Flacco. They could not score against the Jets at all in this game. And then they go to Buffalo, and the only reason why they're in this game is because of Josh Allen turning over the ball. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you're Josh Allen, the one thing you don't do is turn the ball over. I get a fumble. It's like, all right. But that also, it's like you hold the ball for too long. Then you get a strip sack for a touchdown. But it's like, take the check down, throw the ball away. Just make them drive the whole field, because, again, they have a 3rd string quarterback. You're only going to lose this game if you turn the ball over. And the fact that he made some of the dumbest throws I've ever seen for those interceptions. And it's not like these were tip interceptions where they were just tipped off the defender and then they picked it off. Like, no, these were just dumb throws when you're up 17-0. And then that's my other problem with the Bills. You don't have a run game. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you're up on Cincinnati and Kansas City, you have to have the ability to run the football, because Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs are bust is just not going to cut it in the playoffs, especially going up against better defenses. And the Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Chiefs are all going to have better secondaries than the Miami Dolphins did. So it's like my worry with the Bills was like, all right, you can't run the ball. Josh Allen has the most combined turnovers with fumbles and interceptions in the NFL this year. 32. More than Matt Ryan.
That's bad.
He has the most combined turnovers in the NFL this year. And I'm like, with Brian Daboll leaving, he was kind of the quarterback whisperer. Sean McDermott's a defensive head coach. Watch Josh Allen's turnovers this year. I said that at the beginning of the season. What happened? Josh Allen leads the NFL in turnovers. It's like, it's not a bad thing because he's still wildly talented, and it's a give or take when you're pushing the ball down the field. But when you're up 17-0, cut the crap. Stop just chucking it down the field.